What's going on, everyone? Ty Talk Sports here with my man MichaelDros. I put all his socials right there at the bottom of the screen. Go check him out. One of the most amazing friends of mine. NFL season is just around the corner, and it's time for predictions. So today, we're going to kick it off with the NFC predictions. And this is if the playoffs were to start today, who are our 7 teams? Who are the contenders? What's the records? Who are they losing to? So me and Mike last night did our research, and we got 7 teams. We're going to go from 7 to 1. Just going with the team, how we like them, and then what the predictions are. So starting with the 7th seed, Mike, I'll let you kick us off real quick.
Yeah, with the 7th seed in the NFC, I have a team that has not proven anything to me over the past few years. And Tyler, this will pain you, but it's the Dallas Cowboys. I have them going 10-7. Simply put, I don't trust Zeke. I just don't. The man is a fumbling machine. He has under 10 100-yard rushes in the past, couple of years?
It's been a couple down years.
And that's me with a big blanket. I think the blanket's much smaller, but I don't want to be wrong. But he isn't a consistent 100-yard rusher. I have them losing 7 games. They're going to lose to the Bucks. They're going to lose to the Bengals. They're going to lose to the Rams. They're going to lose to the Eagles, Packers, Vikings, and the Titans. So 10-7. We'll see. I think not having Amari Cooper as well will be a big deal to them. Bigger of a deal than what people expect.
And I completely agree with that as well. When you lose a guy who's arguably a top 10 receiver on any week-to-week basis, obviously that's going to be a big hole in the offense. I will be talking about the Cowboys at some point, so I won't go completely in-depth with that. So with my 7th seed, the team up down in Philly, I got the Eagles as my 7th seed at 11-6. This is a team who added lots of talent on both sides of the ball. One of the best drafts that they had. Acquiring A.J. Brown for a first-round pick, then signing him to a 4-year deal. Then you go out and get Jordan Davis, who was looking like the number 1 overall pick, and he slipped to your hands at 13, drafting Nakobe Dean. And then you add James Bradbury, who isn't really all that flashy, but that's still extra cornerback depth. And now today, it was today or yesterday, they traded for C.J. Gardner-Johnson from the Saints. Yeah. So that cornerback room, Darius Slay, Gardner-Johnson, Bradbury, those 3 right there, that's a great cornerback room right there. And then obviously that defense, you still got Fletcher Cox, still got, and then Jordan Davis is just a freak of nature, very big, physical. He's going to do some terrible things to some offensive lines. And I expect a lot. I think Jalen Hurts, he's a guy who I have as a dark horse MVP going into this season. I really like what there is up there. I think there's a lot to like. Devontae Smith's going to take a leap as well. There's a lot to like on Philly. This is the first year where I think they're going to start making some noise. Yep. 11-6 for the Eagles, losing to the Vikings, Cardinals, Colts, Packers, Saints, and Titans.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk about the Eagles more, but man, what a year to be hyped on the Eagles if you're an Eagles fan. And the 6th spot for me, I have, and this may be a shocking to some people because this means that they will not win their division, but I have the Packers. I have the Packers at 11-6. I have them losing to the Bucks, the Bills, the Titans, Rams, Dolphins. And then, last game of the season, at Lambeau, against the Vikings, I have them losing that game to lose the NFC North to the Vikings.
Wait, do you have the Vikings sweeping? Or are they splitting?
I have them splitting.
Okay.
I have them splitting.
I like this. This is interesting already.
It'll be interesting. It'll be good. It'll be fun. But that's what I have.
I like that take. I'll talk more about the Packers, but shortly, just Aaron Rodgers. That's all you really got to say. I think even with Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, you still got a lot to like. My 6th seed is a team that I am very high on. I feel like this team is built to win football games. They have a rookie head coach, but still lots of talent on both sides of the ball. I got the boys down in the bayou of the New Orleans Saints as my 6th seed. As I said, I think this is a team that's built to win football games on both sides of the ball. Jameis Winston, I think he's going to be the comeback player of the year. Alvin Kamara is going to get it done. And then on the offense, Michael Thomas is going to come back healthy. You add Jarvis Landry. You trade up and get Chris Olave. And then on the defense, still got Cam Jordan, Marshawn Lattimore. The Honey Badger is now on that defense. there's just so much talent on both sides. And yes, while a rookie head coach, some people will have their questions. This guy's been in the system for years, so he knows what he's doing. He knows how to run this. And Jameis Winston last year with as the quarterback, Saints went 5-2, and last year they went 9-8 with Taysom Hill as their starting quarterback and so many injuries. Just wait till this team gets healthy. I think there's so much to like about this team, and I think that this could be a team who maybe even makes some noise for potentially the NFC South. Yeah. I really think they are.
I'll give a spoiler alert to my conference winners, but I'll be honest with you, I'm not as high on New Orleans as many people are. I think what it comes down to is the interceptions that Jameis will throw. Yep. There's not an if, but he will throw them.
I like that.
And I think this year, in a conference that has gotten better overall, the Panthers won't be a playoff team, but they've gotten better.
Yep.
So I think they lose a game there. I think they get swept by the Bucs. Actually, I don't. We'll talk about that later. Okay. They don't get swept by the Bucs. But I only have New Orleans. My next playoff team that's a wild card for the NFC is the Cardinals. I'm a little high on the Cardinals this year. I think starting off, not having Hopkins will be a growing pain for them, but the fact that they added Hollywood Brown and the fact that they get him back, Hopkins, later in the year, that made that wide receiving core even better. We have Ertz, you have James Conner, who came on really well. I know you lost a couple pieces on defense, but let's be honest with you, those are 2 automatic wins. So I have the Cardinals at 11-6 this year. Their losses are going to be to the Chiefs, the Rams, the 49ers, Chargers, Pats, and Broncos. But the issue why I have the Cardinals getting there is because most of their losses are actually to the AFC team with the Broncos, Pats, Chargers, and the Chiefs. I think they lose twice to NFC teams. But they do not win their division because there's a spearhead named the Los Angeles Rams. Yep. That will win it.
And not only talking about the Los Angeles Rams, my 5th team, the San Francisco 49ers. Last year, this was a team who didn't start off too great, and then they had an amazing turnaround. Team that could have won the Super Bowl if they made it. So I got the 49ers going 12-5, losing to the Rams, Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, and Buccaneers. This is a team that is going to be a new form. This team is going to be well-shaped now that you put all your faith in Trey Lance. But it does interest me, though, that Jimmy Garoppolo has now re-signed on a 1-year deal that makes him the highest-paid backup. So I'm interested to see what that's going to do. But besides the point, this offense is going to be reshaped. It's going to be revamped now that this isn't going to be a hand-the-ball-off offense.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Deebo Samuel's going to do as a true wide receiver 1. And while, yes, I expect them to continue to use that wide receiver running back position that they like to use for him, there's a lot to like. Trey Lance can sling it. He's electrifying, agile, will use his legs too. He's a playmaker. I think there's just a lot to like, and especially on the defense as well. Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, those are your 2 stars right there. There's just a lot to like here on the 49ers, and Kyle Shanahan as well. Yes, I think Kyle Shanahan can win Coach of the Year, and so I'm really excited to see how this offense is really going to be revamped and how the defense is going to continue to do their thing. 49ers 12-5.
The thing about the 49ers with me, and I'll just make this brief so we can move on, I'm just not sure I trust Lance yet.
I know, and that's a big question mark.
In that division, in that conference, with their schedule, to trust a brand new quarterback, if Garoppolo comes in place, this is a different story. But you got to keep in mind that we're going off who the projected starters are. Because Lance is that projected starter, I don't really trust that he'll be able to win big games, especially down in the wire games. So there's that. My 4th seed is who I have winning the NFC East, and that is the Philadelphia Eagles. I know that pains Tyler. He's a Cowboys fan, but I have them winning this at 11-6. They're going to slightly edge the Cowboys for this, but they're going to lose to the Cardinals, the Colts, Packers, Titans, Cowboys, and the Saints. And I'm a big believer. I understand that the running back room is very poor.
Yep.
But when you have Jalen Hurts back there, when you got better at wide receiver, when you got better at drafting a defense, and what better for their rookie tackle to learn from Fletcher Cox.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the perfect teacher at that position, and it's going to be a good year for you Eagles fans at 11-6, winning the NFC East. Congratulations. I'm calling it now.
As a Cowboys fan, that's not something I'm going to be shocked about if it happens, but that's not my prediction. We'll get to that in a minute. At my 4th seed, I have the guys in Lambeau, the Green Bay Packers as my 4th seed at 11-6, losing to the Buccaneers, Cowboys, Rams, Dolphins, Vikings, and Bills. I think this is one of the bolder ones, especially, the Cowboys beating them because we haven't played in Lambeau in so long. But the reason why I still think the Packers are going to win their division, yes, you lose Devontae Adams, but here's the thing. This is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. Back-to-back MVP, 4-time MVP, and when you have a guy like Aaron Rodgers, this offense is going to be reshaped now that Devontae is gone because now with no true one option, all these guys are going to thrive. Allen Lazard, I think, will take a leap. I think, Romeo Doubs was fantastic during preseason. I'm very high on the Christian Watson train. I think could be a guy who's competing for the Offensive Rookie of the Year. And on defense, you still keep most of your pieces. Yes, you lose Smith to the Vikings. But, Jair Alexander is coming back healthy. Rasul Douglas, I think, will improve. I think that Aaron Rodgers is just going to continue to do his thing. I think there's not really going to be that much of a fall off because he's just going to make other guys better, and that's why the Packers are still going to do what they do at 11-6.
Yep. 11-6 for the third spot for me. I have I have 2 teams that are actually at this spot, but I think unfortunately. I don't really see a tiebreaker in this. It's the same. So I'm going to throw who I think the 3rd seed will be when it's all said and done. I think that's the Vikings.
Wow.
I think the Vikings, and this is my shocker of the year.
Wow.
I think the Vikings win the NFC North.
This is big.
Here's why. I understand you have Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is a Hall of Famer. Aaron Rodgers is an MVP. But losing Adams will hurt more than what people think.
Yeah.
Yes, you have A.J. Dillon. Yes, you have Aaron Jones. Who are you going to throw the football to? And I know someone will stand up, but Devontae Adams is a once-in-a-lifetime type wide receiver.
You can't replace that.
And you lost it. Off the top of my head, we'll put it right here for you. This is how many yards Devontae Adams had last year. You have to replace that with someone. Who's it going to be? So this is why I have the Vikings winning. I think Kirk Cousins is the big if for me, but I think Dalvin Cook's going to have a healthy year. I think Justin Jefferson is going to be an MVP type.
I think he can be wide receiver 1. I think he can be.
And I think there's question marks on the defense, but there's some playmakers on the defense as well.
There is as well. There is, yes.
I have the Vikings. I'm calling it now. The Vikings win this division.
Wow.
Last game of the year in Lambeau, they beat the Packers.
This is big.
And the Vikings win the NFC North.
If this ages well, there's not much I'm going to be able to say about it.
We'll see.
I'm excited to look back at this. So, at my 3 seed, America's team, I got the Dallas Cowboys as my 3 seed at 12-5. Losing to the Bucks, Bengals, Rams, Colts, and Eagles. The only reason, spoiler alert, the only reason they're not the 3 seed is because we lose the tiebreaker with Tampa Bay. Besides that, I think looking at this offense, obviously we mentioned it, losing Amari Cooper is going to hurt. That's not something that we can go out and replace. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to have a heck of a season. I think he's going to take that wide receiver 1 leap. And the reason, people compare him to that Justin Jefferson level because, they were in the same draft class. And I have so much excitement for CeeDee Lamb this year. I'm really excited how that's going to do. I think Michael Gallup his numbers will improve as well. Something that obviously we talked about earlier is Zeke. I'm interested to see how he's going to continue to follow up. Obviously having not the best stretch of seasons, not many 100-yard games, lots of fumbles. Tony Pollard shining in the spotlight when he gets that ability. But here's the thing about this. I love a dual running back tandem. I absolutely love it. I think having a ground and pound guy and a big play guy, I think these two together just mesh so well, and that's something that's so versatile about the offense that we can't take away no matter what. No matter who is listed as RB1, having both those guys is going to make this offense deadlier than it already is. And looking at the defense, Micah Parsons, I think he can win Defensive Player of the Year. He's my pick. I think there's a lot to like, especially if we're going to play him at edge the whole season.
Yeah.
I think there's so much to like in Micah Parsons. a ball hawk, very fast. I think there's so much in Micah Parsons that has so much potential to be a star for a long time in this league. I love him, but he's not a great coverage man. I love me some Trayvon Diggs. I love his ball hawk abilities. Obviously, he's not a coverage guy. He's a zone corner. I want him to improve in that area exponentially because we need that man coverage. And if he can't do that, then we have issues. I hope Kelvin Joseph will take a leap. I'm excited to see our safety, Jaron Kearse. I think there's a lot to like from him. But the biggest question, Mike McCarthy. I think Mike McCarthy is absolutely on the hot seat this year. If we don't get past the second round, he's out of here because what else can we do? We have the talent. I think we're in a weak division. If we don't do something this year, I think Mike McCarthy's out of here.
I have one reason why the Dallas Cowboys will underperform again this year.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Jerry Jones.
Yep.
He's going to try to feed mouths that don't need to eat. And Zeke ain't even the best running back on his team.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
We all know.
It's unfortunate.
Jerry wants to run that offense through him.
Yep.
A fumbling machine, a guy who's been out of shape. I'm tired of hearing every training camp that he's in the best shape of his life. Prove it now, and let's go. My 2 seed, it's simple. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
Yeah, both of us, Tampa Bay.
I mean, we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Let's do it.
They lose to the Chiefs, Ravens, Saints, 49ers, Cardinals because no one's going undefeated. Tom Brady.
He's back once again.
He's back. Ain't going to fall off.
And you bring in Julio Jones as well.
I mean,
the
rich get richer.
What is there not to like about that offense?
Exactly.
There's just too many weapons.
Yep.
And then you add Leonard Fournette in that backfield as well.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, Bucks, I have losing to the Saints, Chiefs, Niners, Bengals, Rams, and Kansas City. So I think we'll both kill it. The last one, I'm looking at our predictions right now. We almost have the exact same record right here. Yep. For the 1 seed,
Rams.
Yep.
Who's going to stop them?
And a team that just came off a Super Bowl win, they sacrificed everything, and look what it brought them. And now they just said, run it back. Yes, you lose Von Miller, which maybe turns into a win for you because I don't know if you want to pay him 6 years, $120 million for a guy who's also continuously getting older. You bring in Bobby Wagner, who, while yes is out of his prime, can still do a lot of big plays.
He's a leader.
Aaron Donald is still on that team. Yeah. What is there to complain? Jalen Ramsey still on that team. And then you got Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp. I don't think he's going to have the exact same year what he did last year.
It'll be interesting to see.
But he's still going to do amazing. And then you bring in Allen Robinson. When we talked about this the other day, I think Allen Robinson. He's a guy who I think could have a really of an outbreak year. Allen Robinson has always been a guy who I've really enjoyed and I really like, and he's always been very solid. But what quarterback consistency has he had? Mitch Trubisky, Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, Andy Dalton, Justin Fields. Now you're playing with the quarterback who just won a Super Bowl. This guy's going to take a leap, y'all. I'm really expecting that.
The only thing that makes me worry about the Rams is if something happens to Stafford.
Yep.
I know his shoulder's hurt.
Yes.
We'll see, but 13-4. That's simple. That's my NFC.
Yep, that's the NFC. Well, that wraps it up for these NFC predictions. Stick around because we got the AFC coming up very, very soon. Make sure you guys drop a like. Follow Michael on all his socials. Once again, they're at the bottom of the screen.
Yep.
Go check him out. I hope you guys are going to see a lot more of him on this channel because this is something that we have been talking about for a while. We finally get to do this, so I'm expecting him hopefully to be around a lot more. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and hit the post notification bell so you never miss whenever we drop the newest content here. And until then, this is Ty Talk Sports and MichaelDros signing off.
See you guys.